The math says 401k wins. The math is also lying to you. Here's what the calculation leaves out and why it changes everything. Every quarterly statement favors it. Every retirement calculator defaults to it. Every HR orientation walks you through like it's the only account that matters. And on paper, the numbers back them up. The 401k balance grows faster, the tax break hits immediately, and the employer match makes the whole thing feel like a guaranteed win. Then retirement begins. And somewhere between 20% and 30% of that balance quietly disappears into the IRS. The Roth IRA, meanwhile, looks unimpressive the entire time you own it. Smaller contributions, no employer match. A lighter-looking statement every single year. And on the day you retire, every dollar is yours. No asterisk. No tax bill waiting in the mailbox. That's the trap at the heart of this debate. The account that appears to be winning isn't necessarily the one that pays you more. And the account that looks like it's losing might be the one that hands you the biggest check in the end. Almost every finance influencer picks a side. The 401k is the only account that matters. The Roth IRA is the greatest invention in personal finance. Both arguments are loud. Both are confident. And both are missing the actual answer. The smart move isn't what either side is telling you. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Scenario 1: going all in on the 401k. The 401k is the most popular retirement account in America, and there is a reason for that. The mechanics are simple. You contribute pre-tax dollars directly out of your paycheck. The contribution lowers your taxable income today. The money grows tax deferred for decades. When you withdraw in retirement, you pay ordinary income tax on every dollar. The headline advantages are real and immediate. The tax break comes first. Contribute $7,500 on a $75,000 salary, and your taxable income drops to $67,500, saving roughly $1,650 a year at a 22% federal bracket. That's money back in your pocket right now, not in some hypothetical future. Then there's the employer match, the single greatest deal in personal finance. A 4% match on a $75,000 salary is $3,000 a year of free money. An instant 100% return on every dollar you contribute up to the match. No other investment on earth offers a guaranteed double on day one. Over a 30-year career, that match compounded at 7% growth turns into roughly $354,000 money you never earned, never saved, never paid a single dollar of tax on. Yet the contribution ceiling is high. In 2026, you can put $24,500 into a 401k, more than 3 times what a Roth IRA allows. If you're trying to shelter serious income from taxes, the 401k gives you the room. And the contribution is automatic, pulled from your paycheck before you ever see it. You can't forget. You can't accidentally spend it. For most people, that forced discipline is worth more than any clever tax strategy on paper. On every visible scoreboard during the working years, the 401k strategy looks like it's winning. Larger balance, immediate tax savings, automatic compounding, free employer money. But it has a structural blind spot, and the blind spot doesn't reveal itself until withdrawals begin. Scenario 2: going all in on the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA flips the entire tax equation. You contribute after-tax dollars money the IRS has already taken its cut of. In exchange, you never pay another dollar of tax on it again, not on growth, not on dividends, not on withdrawals, not at age 60, not at 70, not at 90. Tax-free forever. The headline advantages here are different in shape. The growth is genuinely tax-free, which means every dollar of compounding belongs entirely to you. A $500,000 Roth IRA at retirement is $500,000 in spendable cash. There is no asterisk, no footnote, no future tax bill waiting to be opened. There are no required minimum distributions. Ever. A 401k forces you to start withdrawing at age 73 whether you need the money or not, and to pay tax on every dollar. A Roth IRA lets you leave the money alone until you die. live to 90 without touching it, and that's 17 extra years of tax-free compounding the 401k can triplicate. And there's a flexibility most people don't realize they have. You can withdraw your contributions from a Roth IRA at any age for any reason with zero taxes and zero penalties. Not the gains, just the contribution. Put in $100,000 over 20 years, a real emergency hits at age 45, you can pull that $100,000 back out without losing a single dollar. Try doing that with a 401k and you lose 10% to penalties plus full income tax, 30% or more vaporized instantly. Roth withdrawals also don't count as income in retirement, which means they don't push Social Security into taxable territory and don't raise Medicare premiums. Every Roth dollar is invisible to the IRS by design, which gives you complete control over your retirement tax bracket. And there's one final, deeper advantage that policy analysts quietly worry about. The US national debt is over $36 trillion. Federal spending isn't slowing down. The probability that tax rates stay this low for the next 30 years is, charitably speaking, not great. Every dollar in a Roth is sealed from that future. Every dollar in a 401k is fully exposed to it. On every visible scoreboard during the working years, the Roth IRA strategy looks like it's losing smaller balance, lighter paycheck, no employer match. But like the 401k, it has structural blind spots. They're just different ones. What the 401k statement doesn't show you. The number on a 401k statement isn't your number. Every dollar inside a traditional 401k has a tax bill attached. If a balance hits $1 million at retirement, somewhere between $250,000 and $300,000 of that already belongs to the IRS. It just hasn't been paid yet. A tax break is not a tax elimination. The IRS lets you defer. It does not let you escape. When withdrawals start, the money is taxed as ordinary income, the same rate paid while working. Not capital gains, not some special retirement discount, ordinary income. Withdraw $60,000 a year, and the federal tax bill is roughly $5,000 every year for the rest of retirement. Starting at age 73, the IRS forces withdrawals whether you want them or not. Required minimum distributions, or MDS. A 401k that has grown to $2.6 million by 73, entirely realistic at average market returns, produces a first forced withdrawal around $98,000. That's not optional. That's not flexible. And the size of the forced withdrawal can push retirees into a higher tax bracket than they were ever in while working. Then there's the Social Security trap. 401k withdrawals count as income when the IRS decides how much of Social Security to tax. Cross certain thresholds and up to 85% of those benefits become taxable money paid in for decades, taxed again, simply because of where the retirement savings happen to sit. And if money is needed before age 59 and a half, the price tag is brutal. Income tax plus a 10% penalty. A $30,000 emergency withdrawal at age 50 costs roughly $9,600 in taxes and penalties. You walk away with $20,400, about 2/3 of your own money. What the Roth IRA story leaves out. Now flip the script. The Roth IRA has real flaws, and Roth evangelists love to hide them. The contribution limit is painfully low, $7,500 a year. If you're a high earner trying to shelter $24,500 in annual income from taxes, the Roth simply can't keep up. The ceiling arrives almost immediately. There is no employer match. Zero. The 4% match an employer offers on a 401k is worth more in compound growth than the entire tax advantage of a Roth for most people. Skipping the match to load up on a Roth is leaving real money on the table, and a guaranteed 100% return is too valuable to ever walk away from. There's an income limit. Earn more than $153,000 as a single filer in 2026 and Roth contributions start getting phased out. Above $168,000, the front door closes entirely. Backdoor strategies exist, but they add complexity and most people never bother. And the biggest hidden cost is the opportunity cost of paying taxes upfront. Every year you fund a Roth, You pay roughly $1,650 more in taxes than someone funding a 401k at the same income. Over 32 years, that's about $52,800 in taxes paid that someone else didn't pay. Invested in a regular brokerage at 7%, that becomes nearly $195,000 by retirement. Real money gone on the bet that future tax rates will be higher than today's. Probably a good bet, not a certain one. The framework that captures the best of both. So, which strategy wins? Neither. Both in a specific order. The smartest move, the one nearly every certified financial planner quietly recommends, is a 3-step waterfall. Step 1. Contribute to the 401k up to the full employer match. Not a dollar more, not a dollar less. If the employer matches for percent, contribute for percent. This is non-negotiable. Walking away from the match is walking away from the single best deal in personal finance, a guaranteed 100% return on day one. Nothing else in the entire investing universe offers that. Step 2. Max out the Roth IRA. Take that $7,500 and put it where the government can never tax it again. The free money has already been captured. Now capture the tax-free growth. This single account becomes the hedge against rising tax rates, the emergency flexibility, the estate planning move, and the control over retirement tax bracket all at once. Step 3. If money remains to invest, return to the 401k and raise contributions toward the $24,500 ceiling. The strongest feature of each account has already been claimed. Now use the 401k for what it's actually built for: high-volume tax-deferred sheltering. The pre-tax deduction still has real value, and the high ceiling provides room to shelter serious income. Match. Roth. For 401k, that order captures the free money, the tax-free growth, and the high contribution ceiling while avoiding the worst trap of going all in on either one. Match. Roth. For 401k, that order works for almost everyone, almost every time. The one question that cuts through the noise. Here's the truth almost nobody on TikTok wants to say out loud. The real trap isn't the 401k. It isn't the Roth IRA. The real trap is picking one based on a headline, a co-worker's opinion, or a 60-second video that promises a simple answer to a question that has never been simple. The right answer depends on salary, tax bracket, career trajectory, retirement timeline, estate goals, and even guesses about future tax policy. But the framework match, then Roth, then for 401k works for almost everyone, almost every time, because it captures the strongest feature of each account before either one's weaknesses can do damage. So the next time someone confidently declares that one account always wins, ask them one question. Did you include everything? Because the answer that includes everything: the match, the deferred taxes, the RMDS, the Social Security threshold, the early withdrawal penalty, the estate transfer, the trajectory of future tax rates, is the only answer that actually matters. Everything else is a soundbite.